All right, hey, welcome. We're live. I got lost on my way here and I took a left turn and it should have been a right. Anyway, good to see you. I'm just using a regular microphone tonight. And I still haven't read the directions on my external microphone, so I'm not going to even try that right now until I do maybe a test run. So anyway, how's everybody doing? I'm going to get in the chat right away before I fall behind. I have a fly that got in my house and anyway, I got a fly swatter ready, so if he comes by me, he's dead. I don't know how he got in. Maybe when the dogs went in. I don't know. But if you hear a fly swatter noise, that's what it is. He's going down. Okay, let me get up to the top. All right, good to see everybody tonight. I know it's late for a lot of people. You guys, the days go so fast, and I don't know where the day goes. It goes fast. So anyway, hopefully the night owls will show up and not fall asleep because they're. Oh, I tried. So yeah, sorry for the late night for those who are early birds. I know it's late, especially on the West Coast. I mean the East Coast. It would be after 11 o'clock. So anyway, hopefully we can catch you guys on the replay. So good evening to Miss January, Blades, Alicia. Let's see, TNT. And there's Grace. Yes, you did beat the host. Yes. Let's see. Keep going. I don't want to miss anybody. Excuse me. Yeah, it's been really smoky here today. I went out a couple times, but man, I really, really, really want to cut the grass, but it is bad out there. It gives you a sore throat. Something weird about the smoke. It's more than just wood. I don't know what it is, plastic or something. But it's really hard on the throat. So anyway, I'm putting off cutting my grass right now, which I love to do. So yes, I did. Yes, Alicia, I did fill tumbler number 1. The exact perfect ratio of ice to water. 75% ice, and then the rest gets filled up with water. I did this the last thing I did before I came on here. I filled up my water tumbler, especially because my throat is irritated. And I have some honey here. I forgot who suggested that, but it's a really good idea. It's good for the throat. If you're having scratchy throat. Good evening to Susan. Thanks so much. Evening to you too, Susan. Hope you had a wonderful day. Hope everybody had a great day. I hope the heavens are blessing you abundantly. Oops. Yeah. It is. Yeah, as I showed on my preview, it was 507. And the hazard scale only goes to 500, so I don't know. They're gonna have to make a new scale that goes up to 600, maybe. Because yeah, we went off the scale. But yes, I do have tumbler number 1 with the straw, 75% ice, 25% water, which actually melts down to about 60-40. Perfect. Perfect ratio. There's Florida Life in the Sun. Good to see you tonight. Welcome. Am I missing anybody? I might fall asleep. Yeah, I do apologize that it is so late. Sometimes, someday I'll surprise everybody and go like noon or 2 in the afternoon. That'd probably throw everybody off, huh? Well, hey, Justin, good to see you tonight. Welcome. I just emailed you back. Good to see you tonight, Justin. I hope your doctor's appointment went well, and I hope you're feeling great. I hope you're on the mend. Positive vibes and wishes to you and prayers. Nazarene, good to see you tonight. Welcome. Hope you had a wonderful day. Let's see. No snoring in the chat. No, that would be me. If you hear snoring, it's probably me. I don't think I've ever fallen asleep on a live stream. I've done over 2,500, so, and all really, really late at night, into the wee hours. And yeah, actually, nighttime is kind of a productive time for me. Well, I guess all day is, but yeah. Let's see, and plus I took a nap today because I got overcome by the smoke, and yeah, I just thought, yeah, I'm gonna take a nap right in front of the fan. Revive me from this smoke inhalation. So I had a nice nap, recharged. All right, yep. So we no problem, Susan. If you fall asleep, I understand. A nice new blue on Florida. Yes, looks good blue. Let's see, hello, Florida. Yeah. So as far as the rules in the chat, the only thing you'll get blocked for pretty much is like something I'll break terms of service. Anything racial, anything hateful. If you come in just being a dirtbag, yeah, you'll get blocked. But a lot of times you just can get a warning if it's like borderline, because maybe you didn't mean to sound like that. Sometimes things come off different in when you type it, you don't get the. It might feel out of context or something. So anyway, I'm trying to see if I missed anybody. Florida, Nazarene. Yeah, so anyway, otherwise, you're free to say what you want. Just don't be hateful. I fell asleep with my earbuds and listening, trying to stay awake. Husband came in after midnight, took my buds out, and I tried to stay. That's funny, Florida. Yeah, actually, I could shoot to go earlier. If it's getting like too late for everybody, I could go earlier. I would just have to make sure I had all my stuff done before, say, 8 o'clock. I mean, that would be 6 o'clock West Coast. It'd be only 9 o'clock East Coast. Nice, hubby. Your ears would have hated you by morning. Yeah. I fall asleep listening to video sometimes. Well, actually, I like listen to live streams, and I usually fall asleep. Anyway, good evening to Red Frog. Good to see you tonight, Red Frog, and Justin Morris. Am I missing anybody? Yeah, so we're gonna, as the title says, always faith. Good to see you tonight. Welcome. Scanning the chat. Yeah, we just it's chill over here. We don't have no hate, none of that. The smoke is terrible, and I don't know how many states it's affecting right now. But and I remember last year, I think it lasted a few days, and then I think if the wind shifts directions instead of coming south to us, I think it will go away. I don't know. Somebody said Canada said that they're not going to have all the fires out till winter. What is going on? Are we going backwards in technology? Just get helicopters and drop big buckets like they used to. What snack did I make us? Well, I'm going to tell you, I ate I had some egg rolls and I cooked them in the air fryer. I'm trying that air fryer. I'm doing that air fryer. And like I said, I bought it, I don't know, a year ago maybe. I used it once, and I just didn't like the idea of Teflon, okay? Because Teflon is cancer causing, and if you heat it to a certain temperature, but it has to be 400 and above before that it starts releasing them toxins. So if you keep the temperature under 400, I think it is, I'm almost sure. So I'm cooking everything under 400 so it doesn't burn that Teflon off. I'll tell you a story about the Teflon. The Teflon is no joke. Um, so there's a guy on YouTube. I've watched him since he came out in 2016, 2014, 2015 or something. And he's a gematria channel, and his name is Zach Hubbard, Gematria Effect channel, and he goes over gematria stuff. And anyway, he told a story about when he was younger and he lived with his mom. They had a really nice white, I think it was a cockatoo or something. I don't know, but whatever, beautiful bird. And the mom loved the bird. It was a really big bird. And anyway, it would go all over the place in their house. And then one day it was in the kitchen, and the mom bought a brand new Teflon pan, and she put it on the stove and started heating up the Teflon pan, the brand new one, and it gave off some smoke or whatever, and it actually, the bird like keeled over, and they freaked out, and they turned everything off, and they got in the car, and they rushed to the vet, and the bird, he had the bird in his hands, in his arms, and his mom was driving, and they got to the vet, and just as they handed him over, the bird died. But they said the Teflon, that smell, that whatever, the toxins killed them. So anyway, that's why I don't have Teflon in my house. I cook off of stainless, my old pots and pans, and I always cook in a cast iron skillet because I don't do Teflon. But if you keep it under 400 degrees, I think it's okay. So anyway, beware of that Teflon, and you're supposed to burn that stuff off. If you use a Teflon pan, you're supposed to like heat it up and burn that stuff off first or something. But yeah, so I had egg rolls. I had about 1.5 egg rolls, and then I was kind of full, so I put the rest aside for the dogs. They're gonna eat them when I get off of here. They love egg rolls. 7 p.m. Eastern time, same as. Oh, really? Okay, all right. Yeah, so it'd be 8 p.m. If that works for you guys, I can swing it. I can swing it. I missed the update, so this is an unexpected treat. Oh, the update. Are you talking about today's update? Okay. Yeah. So I got the writing big on the screen. I think the vote. Not that I took a poll, but I think people like the chat on the screen. Is that correct? So I blew it up as big as possible so people can see it if they have a little phone or something. Absolutely, parrots will drop dead. Yeah. Remember what they say about the canary in the coal mine, right? They send the canary in the coal mine, and if it dropped dead, then the gases were in there. Because if it kills a parrot, it's, yeah. So, yeah. Or maybe it was a parrot. I can't remember. But anyway, it was like, it's a shocking story, and I'm sorry if anybody's like upset over the bird. It happened a long time ago, probably decades ago. But I just want to let everyone know that that stuff is toxic. That's why I do not have non-stick pans in my house. I'd be fine. Good to see you tonight. Welcome. Yeah, I hope everyone's having a great evening. Hope everyone's day went well. Perfect. All right. Yeah. So, yeah. Tammy, does that smell get into your home? Tammy, it's bad enough here in Minnesota. I feel bad for her. Where's she at? Hold on. Did I miss Tammy? Hold on. Tina? Good to see Tina. Oh, Tammy, I miss Tammy. Hey, Tammy, good to see you tonight. Let me back up a little bit. My beautiful Scottish Highlands and fighting wildfires. Yeah, actually, there's kind of a lot. It seems like every summer they go like crazy. Um, yeah, hi Tina. Good to see Tina tonight and Tammy. The smoke is pretty bad where I'm at, Ontario, Canada. It smells like smoke mixed with plastic chemical. That's what everybody says, Tammy. We're getting it. I'm right up over the Canada border there, and not far from Canada. So yeah, it smells like. Sometimes you know when a house burns down, it's got an extra plastic smells in it. You know what I mean? It's not like a pure campfire, but yeah. Anyway, good to see you tonight, Tammy. Sorry to hear that. Yeah, so if you have air exchange inside your home, say you have like a central air unit, yeah, it'll suck in there. Maybe it'll filter out. I don't know, but I just seal my house up. I mean, airtight, and that's the only way. As soon as I open the windows, it comes in the house. So yeah, and if you have an air conditioner, it probably cycles in from the outside. You know what I mean? You'll probably smell it. Anything where you have air exchange, you know, air coming in, air going out. The air coming in, if you don't filter it good, yeah, it smell in your house too. I can't use Teflon because my parents only use cast. Oh, so you know about that? Wow, it's weird that somebody knows about that because I never heard of it when he told that story, and that was a long time ago. He said this story, I don't know, 5, 6, 7 years ago, and I haven't had Teflon. I don't have a microwave oven in my house. No microwaves, no Teflon, none of that. I have the good old fashioned pots and pans from like the 70s that have they're metal. I think it's Revere. It's got copper bottoms on it and black handles. Yeah, those are my pots and pans. I have one of every size. And I was at the thrift store about a month ago with my friend, and I can't believe what I found. For $2 or $3, I think it was $2, I got a really, really rare item that goes with that pots and pans from the 70s. And it goes onto another pot, and it's for steaming vegetables. It's cool as hell. And anyway, and I happen to have the size of the pan that goes in, so that was such a good score. I love thrift stores. If I would have went on eBay, that thing would probably be 30, $40. You know what I mean? But yeah, I got $2 because sometimes they don't know what they have. Hey Tammy, it's bad enough here in Minnesota. I feel bad for you. Yeah. Tammy, does the smell get into your home? Says Tina. Asked Tina. % for all Canadians. Yes. I hope the homes and the people are safe. It's bad enough the wildlife. You know what I mean? All the animals and the birds. Oh, it's terrible. I remember we saw a horrible video, a film in elementary school of people burning up land and stuff, and all the chickens or the little baby birds didn't have nowhere to go, and it was like traumatizing. So anyway, whenever I think about wildfires, I think about the wildlife, the poor animals and the birds, and all the mamas and the babies in the nest. You know what I mean? And just the deers don't know where to run. Yeah, it's just sad. One of your sons lives in Toronto. I didn't really see the map of where the fires are, but yeah, it started like 2 days ago here. It started yesterday morning when I went outside. I thought, oh, not again, because it happened last year too. And it's funny because whenever it's really hot and humid, it sticks in the air. You know what I mean? So the heat and humidity is making it way worse. It's just making it cling. Absolutely, Paris will drop dead. Well, cast iron is the best, in my opinion. Yeah, me too. Yeah, the kitten broke a Griswold, my best frying pan, and I looked and it's like 200 and something dollars too. They don't even make them anymore. And it was sentimental because it was somebody who passed away gave it to me. So anyway, somebody said I could maybe get the handle welded back on. It's more than the handle. I should be able to show it. Anyway, you know, a little tiny, a kitten that weighs way less than that pan broke it, a cast iron pan. Like a 1 pound kitten broke it. And he said the sky was orangey yellow. Yes. What's weird is where the sun is trying to shine through. If you look up, it looks hazy and smoky. The sun is just like, you know, it's like a light bulb behind plastic. You know what I mean? The sun's barely getting through. I mean, the sun was orange. Yes. Did you see that? Yeah. Yeah, it's just weird. It's like it wants to break through, but it can't. Do they burn every year like this, or is this accidental? It's supposed to be accidental, I think. I don't know. Who knows what Big Brother's doing? I mean, yep, cast iron for the win. Yes, right. Yep. So I ordered a cheaper one. I can't remember the name brand. It's not Lodge from Walmart. It's a different one. But I hate it. I just hate it. It's got a really rough texture to it. Just dumb. So I'm going to have to go bite the bullet. And well, I'm hoping I can find one at a state sale or garage sale or something up here. But I really miss it because I always had 2 pans, two big 12-inch. But yeah. Yes, plastic you smell in the smoke is formaldehyde. Ooh. Again, cancer causing. You know what I mean? No smoke here yet, but the pollen is high and that sucks if you have allergies. Yeah, a lot of people do. Hey, Rachel, good to see you tonight. Welcome. Good to see you, Rachel. Hope you had a great day. Let's see. Yeah. Okay, so you guys know the Revere ware with the copper bottoms? Yeah, that's what I have. I have the entire set. And now I got that steamer thing, which was awesome. Susan said so. Bought a gift membership. Sent one curious soul a gift membership. Well, thank you, Susan. Susan says so. Just bought a membership for somebody in the chat. Thank you so much, Susan. That's very generous, and congratulations to the person who got the membership. Oh, really? Hold on a second. You're coming to Minnesota for ice fishing? This is the place to go. This is the place to go. I grew up ice fishing. Yep. Yep, I grew up ice fishing with my dad. It's fun. You can have a good time. You know, you bring food and your snacks, and you know, it's like camping. You know what I mean? If you have in some of these ice fishing houses are really nice. You know, they're trailers. You know what I mean? Some are pop-up tents, and some are only up to trailers. Sometimes the vehicles go through the ice, though, so you gotta be careful. And can't go near, like, you gotta know where the if there's a outlet, you know what I mean, or so, like a running water, it gets soft there. Yeah. Yep, I'm trying to figure out where I left off here. Yeah. Yeah, so I don't know, just try to stay out of the smoke. I am somebody who always, you know, goes out no matter what the warnings are. But even I'm staying in with this one because it was wrecking my throat. I wasn't even out there very long, and I had a sore throat. and just terrible. I was told years ago there's formaldehyde in carpet. Yeah, actually, a lot of stuff had formaldehyde. You know, before that, the the furniture, all that. Look, it could be pines burning. I've never burned pine in the fireplace. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Pines aren't really good for burning. They got a lot of sap and stuff in it. Have not hate. Oops. Man, I'm sorry. I gotta look on something else to read these comments on because it's kind of not working on there. So let me see. Uh, it's good for the replay crew to hate the chat. To hate the chat. And asbestos in the linoleum flooring. Yeah, it was all over the place. The ceilings. Remember all the ceilings? And all the pipes, the water pipes that were wrapped in asbestos. All the school buildings. The school buildings were loaded with asbestos, and actually, it's really expensive to. A lot of times, they'll just condemn a place because it's really expensive to get rid of that asbestos. People have to be in full body suits, and it's a whole production. So yeah, it's like toxic waste now. But yeah, that's what I remember when in fourth grade. We just all got brand new carpet in every room. And it just stunk so bad, like that formaldehyde, for weeks, months. Then I remember a kid puked on the brand new carpeting on the first day. Fourth grade. But yeah, I remember the asbestos smell lasted like forever. Yeah, it's good for the replay crew to hate the chat. Are you talking about the comments on the screen? Is it good or not? Heather, did you that a toothless canary can? Did I know a toothless canary can sing? Yeah, I haven't heard that because I didn't know canaries had teeth. It's probably going over my head. Asbestos in the flooring everywhere. Ceilings. Remember the popcorn ceiling stuff that used to have the ceiling tiles, all that. But all them pipes that were wrapped in that white, cloth stuff with the glue. Yeah, that was asbestos. Have not hate the chat. I may go live on this channel while fishing very soon, since some think my page is live. Oh, you should. Florida, you could also, grab a link and be live while you're on here while you're fishing. Well, ain't gonna be in dark, so I'd have to go in the day. But yeah, are you talking about this Florida Life in the Sun channel? You gonna go on live that? Well, if you do, let us know. So give us a heads up. Yeah, I'd like to see the fishing video. You guys, it seems like you guys got a lot of I fished in Florida before. I went fishing on one of them fishing boats that you pay to go fish on. It was fun, really fun. Anyway, yeah, that was fun. Yeah, Tina says that would be cool, Florida. Yeah. I love fishing it. You're going to Minnesota for ice fishing. Yeah, this is the place to go. We have 10,000 lakes, and every one of them gets frozen. I love fishing. I'm going to Minnesota. Okay. Yeah, that's big here. It's definitely an odd smell. Yeah, it is weird, Tammy. I would love to try ice fishing. Yeah, it's fun. You have an ice fishing shack one way or the other, and you end up. They has round circle holes in the floor, like a foot wide, and you pop the holes out, and you use your auger, and you dig through the ice, and hopefully the ice is like at least a foot thick, so your car don't go through. And Yeah, then you drop your lines down and you have these tip ups. And you can just sit there and watch your TV or do your internet or whatever, and cook your food or whatever. It can be really fun. And then the flag will tip up. All of a sudden, the flag will go up, and that means that you got a bite. So you go and you have like you can have four, one, two. It depends how big your ice fishing house is, but usually it's like 6 holes or 4 holes. And I can't remember how many you're allowed to have per each person. You have to have a fishing license. Always have a fishing license, guy, because they can confiscate everything you've got if you don't have one. They can take your boat, your vehicle, everything. You know, so buy that fishing license. You can get a temporary one for just a couple days if you want. Yeah, you've ice fished? Yeah, it is fun. Let us know, Florida, so we can come. Yeah, let us know. We'll go fishing with you. You never ice fished before? Oh, yeah, it is fun. It's fun. You bring your snacks and your food, and yeah, have fun. And you always usually have a propane heater. You know, most people have a propane heater, a tank outside and the heater inside, and nice and warm. It gets so warm you can take your jacket off and just have a short sleeve shirt on. I mean, it's fun. Absolutely, I have a double yellow-headed Amazon, and I can't use Teflon at all. Wow, that's a double yellow-headed Amazon. That's your parrot? A double yellow-headed Amazon. That's your parrot, huh? It's a big one, huh? Is it like, yeah. Now that they're like a foot tall or something, aren't they? Come on up. We'll show you where the fish are. Yeah. Yep, we got lots of ice fishers. This is where the ice fishing people come up here. They can go in the cities too, but this is where people come up to fish. Let's see. Yeah, it is fun. You would love to try ice fishing? Yep, it's an odd smell. Uh, Tammy says, I have my mom's Revere copper bottom set from the 60s, still in great shape. Yep. Yep, and it's got the black, the handle. I don't think it's Bakelite, but it's some primitive plastic that lasts forever. I get my Revere ware from the thrift store. They're great. Cast iron is great too. You use it, the more you use it, the better it gets. That's right. That's right, Glades. And you know what? I get my stuff from the thrift store too. In fact, guess what? I got one of those colored bowls that I had. The ceramic bowls that I had. That was that I got. Yeah. Anyway, I got one for like $3 at the thrift store. So I got more to my set now. Yeah, treasures you can find there. Grace, I hate the cold. I've never touched snow before. Really? Well, you should. But just once, and then I would go back because, yeah, it's about how many times I want to touch it. One time, and then, yeah, I would like to be in the South for every single winter from now on. The smell is in the house a bit. Yep. Yeah, because I mean, you got air exchange, so it does come in the house. Don't even have to have a window open. Florida, last night I wanted you to email me, but I totally forgot what it was about. You know what? Tammy, I have my mom still cooks great. Yeah. Stuff lasts forever. Yep, you're not constantly buying stuff unless you want to add to your set. I hate the cold too. My ass freeze. I hibernate as much as possible. Me too. Me too. They're great. My husky loves the winter. Yeah, they do. Mush, mush. Tina, I didn't know what you meant. Sorry. Yeah, Revere ware is the best. Yeah, that's what I got. I use them in my other house with gas stove. Now this house I have ceramic cooktop. Revere ware does it. Yeah. Well, thank you, Susan. It says that Stephanie Herrig received a gift membership from Susan said so much. Thank you very much, Susan. So Stephanie got the membership. Thank you, Susan. Yeah, so I have a gas stove, so the gas stove works good for the old stuff. They aren't flat bottoms, yeah. Grace, I'm thinking about JR's Corner, Red Lake. Have you ever heard of this place? Oh, on the Red Lake Reservation? You know what? I just saw a guy that got sentenced, and I didn't even know about it because I don't have a TV, but this guy just got sentenced to well, actually no, he's that's right. He pled insanity, and then and now it's been 5 years, and now he's got to go to trial. But anyway, this guy, a small town up there. You know, Red Lake. That was one of the places where they had one of the school shooters. But there was also a guy that he was a registered SO, right? And he lived in a small town, like 1,000 people, like I do. And everybody knows everybody, right? So everybody didn't like this guy, not even his own family. Anyway, this guy kept complaining about him, complaining that he was, I don't know, something about his daughter or something. Anyway, the guy had about enough. He drove really fast over to the guy's house, pulled in full blast in his driveway, smashed into one of his other cars, got out of the car, went up to the house, grabbed a shovel, busted the door open, and then he beat the guy with the shovel, and then he actually finished him off with some moose antlers. Moose antlers. I don't know where he found them. He grabbed some moose antlers and finished the guy off. And so the whole town like hailed him as a hero, but I think he might be going to prison for a long time. But the whole town hailed him as a hero. You know, it's like ding dong, the wicked witch is dead. And even the guy who got taken out, he even his own family, the victim's own family, donated a bunch of money to this guy's defense to you know, for his lawyer, for his defense fund. So anyway, that's a weird story. Yeah, I killed him with the moose antlers. Oh man, I don't know, but I think the courts frown on it, no matter how bad the person was. I don't think that gets you a pass. I don't know. I mean, maybe it used to, but I don't think it does anymore. But that was in northern Minnesota. Grace says, Susan, thank you. Yes, thank you to Susan. That's very much appreciated. But yeah, Red Lake was also where they had that kid that did that. Yeah, even small towns in Minnesota have weird stuff happening. Let's see. It's flooding in Texas. Again, same place as last year where all the campers died. Really? Is that near Houston? I heard about flooding in Texas, but I can't remember where. Well, that was nice, Susan. Yeah, thank you, Susan. Very, very nice. Still looking around for a good place. Yeah, there's a lot of places up here. I use my Dutch oven for everything. Yeah, Dutch ovens are cool. I have one. I don't use it for a lot. Nothing better than a good Dutch oven. Yep. You can even bury that thing in the ground with hot coals. I'm sure you know that. And then put dirt over it, whatever they do. And they cook a pot roast like that. What is a Dutch oven? Yeah, I'll let her tell you. Just a cast iron pot with a lid, basically. Monkey, I hope everything is okay. Like a heavy pot with a lid. Kathy, so I've heard. Yeah. Yep. You're gonna rent a nice ice house? Oh yeah. Yeah, there's places like Mille Lacs and I'd stay away from Duluth because it's really expensive, and I don't think they do. I don't know if they do, but that's like a tourist town. A lot of towns are tourist towns, but some are like unreasonable. Did you see the man attacked by the bison? Crazy, he sent his grandson a different direction. Wow. No, but I just saw a woman go right up and pet one, and everyone screaming, "Get away!" And I saw another lady swimming with sharks, and everyone was yelling, "Shark, get out of the water!" And she's like, "Huh?" I guess it was that Murphy's Law, or whatever, takes those people out. I remember going to the Black Hills in South Dakota, and sometimes when you're driving, the bison would come right up to your car, and there was a donkey, like a wild donkey, that came up, and his foot was smashed, like somebody ran his hoof over a long time ago. Anyway, they come right to the car. We gave them some Pringles. That's all we had, some Pringles potato chips. They're eating Pringles. Anyway, yeah, then we got to the hotel that we saw the warnings about staying away from the bison. Florida, he's lucky to be alive. Yeah, that was scary. Yeah. Find it easier to read the chat when everyone is green and blue. Yes, it is kind of, isn't it? Does kind of stand out. Yes, live on this channel. I've lost my place. I don't know if everybody has this problem. It just kind of doesn't scroll very good. Me too, says Tina. Glad that's what they said. And he didn't provoke it at all, huh? Clades, that's what they said. Susan, me too. Yes, live on this channel because I have 80 subs. Yeah, StreamYard, you probably can go. What do you have to have? 50 subs to go live? I think you have to have 50. They keep changing it. But yeah, you can. Yep, and if you only use StreamYard a little bit, you can get it for free. But I run out of time like in 2 days. I think they give you like 10 or 20 hours free if you don't go that often. But I can burn that up in a few days. Florida, drop a link so I can sub. Well, there you go. Grace just put up a link for her channel. Thank you, friend. Yeah, Grace is a quick draw with those links. Thank you, Grace. It's 81 now in Florida. Wow. Appreciate it a lot. Hit Florida, subscribe, just sub. There you go. Yep. What are you going to be fishing for? Big tuna? or swordfish? I went on one of them swimming. It was a catamaran. And we went out for like a 3-hour tour, just like Gilligan's Island. Same thing. And yeah, so we went out to a certain amount of time. They cut the engine or whatever, and we just they brought in, threw a net and brought in a bunch of like bait fish, and they chopped up the fish into little pieces for bait or whatever, and then they got an octopus, and they put the octopus in a big container, and we all looked at the octopus, and he had like suction cups and stuff, and they said that they sell it to the one of the aquariums in town. I think not the glass bottom boat, but it was something, maybe a restaurant that has aquarium. I don't know. They were going to sell it. You want to catch some walleye? Oh, that's the best fish ever. That's what my dad always fished for, walleye. Yeah. Thank you, Susan. Appreciate you. Yes, we do. I have a picture of my Amazon, a video of him. Oh, you do? We'll have to check it out. So I heard that they lived like decades, huh? 6 years old when I got him. Wait, let me see. Oh, that's what you're talking about. One second. I got him when he was, and had him for 6 years. I'll have to will him because they lived 80 years. Yeah, that's what I heard. Yes, Tammy. Are 6 years old when you got him. Wow. 40 to 60 years. Thinking my Sakalta tortoise, 70 to 100 years. Wow. Yeah, we used to have a big tortoise at the zoo. And it just sat there. Kids would like climb on it and stuff. It never really moved. Still a long lifespan for a bird, especially one in captivity. Yeah, that is cool. You love a tortoise? YouTube 50 for alive. Oh, thank you, Tina. That's what I thought. It was 50. Yeah, so Florida's got enough subs to go live. Congratulations, Florida. I got my tortoise when he was just hatched. The shell was soft. He's 7 years old, about 40 pounds. Oh, wow. Yeah, I watched those. They used to have these turtles that would lay eggs in the sand when I was up north, or even further north than I am now. And yeah, always on the beach. And we'd watch them get hatched. The little babies get hatched. The mom just like buries the eggs and then takes off, and then they hatch and they're just everywhere. Yeah, and they do have a soft shell. You have 3 subs? Well, there you go. Do you make any content, TNT? He eats better than we do. Right? Yeah. Kind of like my dogs. I spend a lot more on the dogs and cats than I do by far. By triple. All right, so let me pull up. I've caught up on the comments. So I thought I'd get a jump start and I'd catch up to them quick, but there's a lot. So thank you for the comments. I'm gonna put my thing into a holder here so you can see what I'm about to show you. Let's see, go over here. Okay, so oh shit. Sorry about that. Just shut my phone off. All right. So I want to show people is that this Instagram page that we talked about probably at least a month ago, at least, is still up. It still has 99 posts, as we saw. So Eric has not taken it down, and it says right here, Whittaker family, West Virginia. Eric Carroll, right here. So Eric, you still have a Whittaker family Instagram in your name, as you can see. Still has the same videos up, still monetized. This is official Whittaker. This is the official Whittaker family Instagram page. We'll be posting daily videos. So anyway, remember he was just so shocked that his accounts were being activated. He's like insinuating that it's Patrick doing it. Anyway. Just think to yourself, the only account that this Instagram has, the only bank account information this Whittaker family has is Eric's bank account. All right, it would do no good having Patrick activate your account so money starts going into your account. And if you think he's trying to frame you, well, you knew about this. Eric knew about this. Knew about this a month ago, and it's all still up, all still generating money. Now, I don't know if I can shrink this down because I don't know why it's so big. All right, so yeah, a heads up. Now, if somebody else is running this Instagram behind Eric's back with his name on his bank account, then he needs to, get a hold of the police and all that stuff, right? Like you would think if you're, named a suspect in the fraud and they told you to take the content down, but you're not, somebody else is doing it, then yeah, you'd think you would have gotten on the phone to Corporal Gilkison and said, hey, somebody's got all these in my account. All right. Now, we're going to look at Eric's, let's see here. So this is his Dad Talk website. First thing that you see is support our efforts. Oh, there's that thing again. Hold on a second. Oops, dang it. All right. Well, I guess he's got a I guess he's got videos of him and his friends. But as you can see, one of the first things that comes up is support us at the Cash App, Venmo, and PayPal. He's got that up to, and if you scroll down a little bit, stay cool, stay dad. All right. It says, thank you to our sponsor, Matrix Hormones and Optimal Wellness. I guess they're sponsored by Matrix Hormones. Inspiring and supporting dads everywhere, empowering dads, changing lives daily. Today, Dad Talk Today was started in 2019 by founder Eric Carroll to promote the challenges men and fathers are facing. Family court is a multi-billion-dollar industry that profits off the destruction of families. In 3 short years. Wait a minute, Eric. You say that family court is a billion-dollar industry that profits off destroying families. Do you see this? And where was Eric from the time he met Whittaker's in family court trying to what? Profit from the destruction of families? Yeah. Family court. Remember, that's where Eric kept bringing the Whittakers. Bring him to family court. Get that restraining order. Get this, get that. Yeah, go to family court. Get the adoption papers. Go to family court. Get BJ out of the house. Go to family court. Look at that. Family court is a multi-billion-dollar industry that profits off destruction of families. And that's why you ran there as soon as you got to Odd, West Virginia, right? And so much that Eric had a personal relationship with the family court in Odd, West Virginia, right? Exactly wherever it is. In 3 short years, Dad Talk has grown a following of over 600,000 people. That's interesting because he only gets like a couple hundred views if it's not about the Whittakers. The 600,000 people who are affected by this broken system that Eric ran to. We aim to encourage and educate parents as to what is going on and how to prevent it from happening. Buy merch coming soon. Don't you guys want some Dad Talk merch? All right, there you go. Thank you to our sponsor, Matrix Hormones. All right, and Optimal Wellness. When you're okay, here we go. Now this didn't age well. Now that we know what happened, well, allegedly, and I believe it. I believe Sarah. But now that we've heard her side of the story, this doesn't really age well. Win your kids back without an attorney and expensive legal fees with our new course. Well, isn't that interesting? Remember, Eric said that he didn't want to go fight for the kid because he didn't have the money to fight for the kids when he's got thousands and thousands of dollars to go to Las Vegas and meet these celebrities or Kelsey Grammer or whoever, and he's got thousands and thousands of dollars to go shake hands with the president and all this Airbnb money and all this. So he can come up with all that money, but he can't come up with money to fight for his kid. But wait a minute. Your course here promises that you won't have to spend fees. Look, win your kids back without an attorney. Without an attorney. Now, did Eric follow his own guidelines and get his kid back? Mm-mm. Well, technically, he never had the kid, so he can't get his kid back. But did he use his own, with his own course? Win your kids back. Now, here's a man promising you to help you win your kids back using his course. Yet, he didn't even use the course on his own child. Didn't even make an effort, apparently, allegedly, to get his own kid, or even to see the kid. Like I said, send the kid a bicycle or something. Anything. Christmas presents, anything. All right. So, parental alienation is child abuse. Look at that. Look at that in his own words. Parental alienation is child abuse and domestic violence by proxy. Now, that's interesting because Eric had no problem alienating Timmy from the family. Wouldn't think twice about it. Thinks a bag of potato chips should do the job. Should call it even Steven. It is time for explanations that are effective, inarguable, common sense rules that create meaningful pressure to the court to return your children. Here's the solution you've been waiting for. Did he use it on his own self? Nope. Nope. All right. Who is Eric Carroll? Who is Eric Carroll? Eric Carroll is a passionate advocate for fathers, families, and fairness in family court. As a founder and co-host of Dad Talk Today, Eric has dedicated his life to shining a light on the challenges faced by parents, particularly fathers, in navigating often complex and biased systems of the law. Eric's journey began with his own experience in family court, where he witnessed firsthand the struggles of parents striving to maintain relationships. Good grief. Motivated by his personal challenges and the stories of countless others. That's interesting because I told you he just changed the story. Now the story is him and his wife were trying to wonder what kind of a podcast Eric should do. All right. And here's Eric's book, the one that Mark Douche bragged about. He's not just a YouTuber, guys. He's an author. Yeah, and Justice for Dads. The Forgotten Parent in the Family Court. And Dad Talk's latest book. Purchase online. Want to help? Cash App, Venmo, and PayPal. Yeah. Now, book time with Eric Carroll. Should we book time? This is still on here. Book time with Eric Carroll. Have questions? How to watch Lost Innocence. Okay. So, book time with Eric Carroll. Have questions about navigating family court? Eric Carroll is here to help. Use our convenient calendar tool to schedule a one-on-one session with Eric to discuss our concerns, share your story, and explore ways to address your challenges. How it works. Select a date and time that works for you from the calendar below. Provide a brief description of your situation so Eric can better prepare for your session so he can Google some stuff. Confirm your booking and receive an email with all the details. Take the first step toward clarity and support. Eric is here to listen and guide you through the complexities of family court. That's funny because, remember he made that restraining order appointment down in Odd, West Virginia that he totally forgot about a week later. Just off gallivanting with his friends. Yeah. Yeah, I don't know if you want him in your corner. All right. Now, let me pull this up. See if better. All right. Hold on. I'll be back in the chat in a second. I'm trying to pull this over. I got 80% battery, so I'm going to unplug this for a second. All right. It should work. Book time with Eric Carroll. First, take the first step. Click here. So let's book some time with Eric. What time you guys want to talk with Eric? Hey, this is the way to get an interview, isn't it? Book time with Eric Carroll. Click here. All right. Oh. He's closed. He opens at 12 o'clock tomorrow at noon. Hey. Is this for real? Okay. So he's open. He's closed right now, you guys. It's too late. Opens 12 o'clock at noon tomorrow. Okay, so 1 hour session with Eric is $100. Or you could have 30 minutes for $75. Let's do the details. Maybe I can book a session to talk about my friend's dad's problems. Hold on a second. Yeah, so anybody want to book a session? It's only $100. You can talk to him for 30 minutes, half an hour for 30 or 75. Let's see here. Hold on a second. Trying to get my comments up on my phone so I can see you guys. Let's see. My phone is not cooperating. All right. Eric Carroll's the host and founder of Dad Talk Today podcast. All right. All right, he takes Visa, PayPal, and MasterCard. All right. So let's get the details of a 1 hour session. A 1 hour private one-on-one mentor session with Eric Carroll. Anybody want to pay $100 to be mentored by Eric? Raise your hand. Or a 30-minute session. A 30-minute private one-on-one mentor session with Eric Carroll. Huh. Okay, let's book it, should we? See if we can book a let's see. I want it for the whole hour. Let's book an hour with Dr. Carroll. Let's see, a mentor session with let's see. 17th, that's over. Let's see. Oh, look, he's booked up, you guys. Dang. All right, so it looks like he's only in July. He was available to. It looks like he's only taken Thursday and Friday appointments. He must be busy the rest of the week. So, let's see. What wasn't today the 17th? No, that's tomorrow. We could talk to him tomorrow, noon. Okay, so then over here, when you check out, it's $100, total pay $100. Anybody want to talk to Eric for an hour tomorrow? Here's available times. You can go to 11 to 12. Look at all the available times. He works from 11 a.m. to 2:30 p.m. I'm sorry, to 3 p.m. Yeah, so he only works Wednesdays and Thursdays. So anyway, if you want to book your session, there you go. Let him know all your dad troubles, and maybe he can get Douche on the line and do a three-way. So yeah, apparently he's still an expert at dad stuff. And course, although he failed his he failed a simple appointment to a member. He went through hell and high water to get this 3 tries to get a restraining order, right? Which was the following week. And he didn't show up. That you want to pay $100 to talk to? Hmm. And he only wants to be available 2 days a week. Anyway, I'm back in the chat. Yeah. Yeah, he's dad talk today. And Patrick named his bad talk. He should say bad talk yesterday. Or bad talk, no. Yeah, didn't even, allegedly, didn't even try to get his own kid back. Or even see his kid. And he's handing out advice. You know, the shoemaker has no shoes, right? Thank you, Grace. Not much here at the moment. Hoping to start making videos soon. Tammy subbed. Yeah, trying to destroy families. That's right. Thank you, Susan and Tammy. Nice, very cool. Your subs will be there whenever you throw out the new stuff, TNT. Yep. I hope my son originally started making videos. Well, hey, party people. Good to see you tonight. Say it out loud. Welcome. Hope you're having a great evening. Good to see you tonight. Say it out loud. I'm just amazed he does so much work for dad's right, but absolutely doesn't fight for... Yeah, isn't that weird? Can't even make this up, can you? If it was a movie, it wouldn't even be believable. Yeah, and remember, he said he can get your kid back with no lawyer. But remember, he complained that it's the lawyers that keep men from seeing their dads. Well, why don't they just go to your Alienation Academy? Yeah, and you notice it's not anti-Alienation Academy. It's not let's do away with Alienation Academy. No, it's Alienation Academy, alienating against the parents, which he said is child abuse. Well, you held Timmy away from his mom and his family. So he even has courses he offers a fee. Yep. I don't see so. Well, yeah. So if you want to talk to him, there you go. For $100, you can have a 1-hour interview with him. He was trying to use this teaching on them. Exactly, Florida. I made a video about that too. I'm telling you, he went step by step on his own playbook to try to tear that family apart. You know, came up with allegations of abuse, allegations of neglect. And when something didn't work, he upped the game and did it again and again until he got his way. Yeah. I don't see Sarah. Say it out loud. I think I have to say it out loud. When your kid's back, whatever does he mean by that? When your kid's back, he never tried. Yeah. First, you have to have the kid in order to try to win it back. I mean, you have to have the kid taken in order to try to get it back. And yeah. Who wrote that bullshit? He did. He was funny. Kathy did a bit. Yes, he did. Yep. More like he's motivated by money. Yep. TNT. Yep, I remember her video too. Probably written by, Chat GPT. Yeah. That's like some program now people are using. It's so weird how when you text somebody or email somebody, it will come up with a suggestion for an answer. Like, sure, I'd love to go to lunch tomorrow. Where do you want to go? You know what I mean? Like it already knows what you're probably going to say. In my opinion, Eric is disturbed and needs psychological evaluation seriously because what no person does. I agree, Tina. I totally agree. I think he does, in my opinion, my humble opinion, I believe that Eric needs to a psych eval. I do. because nobody in their right mind does any of this. And then tries to convince tens of thousands of people that they didn't see what they saw. No, that didn't happen. Yeah, Eric, you taped it. We saw you. Tammy, I'm trying to make you green. Tammy? Oh, yeah, there's Tammy up there. Susan, you're sweet. It's a joke, right? No, more like, yeah, it is money. Absolutely. He's everything we all want to be. Yeah, right. You too can be like Eric. Dad talked more like man-child talk crap about women. Yeah, remember the horrible things he said? Yeah, I made a video about it. I made a video about that too. In my opinion, Eric is disturbed and needs a psychological eval. I agree. Susan's trying to make Tammy green. Susan, you are so sweet. Man-child, for sure. Can you imagine his temper tantrums? No. And you wonder why the wife probably doesn't complain about him being gone. Like I said, I'm sure she's packing his bags to go again. You know what I mean? When he got back from Vegas, she probably had new bags packed. Like, anywhere else you want to go, honey? Dude thinks he's worthy of $1 a minute. Yeah. Oh, more than that. If it's $100 for an hour, it's more than $1 a minute. I don't even know it. How much are his courses? 50 and 100. No, and that's the visits. A phone call is $75 for 30 minutes and $100 for an hour. The courses, I think it was $50 for the Alienation Academy. It was 50, if I remember right. 50, and you get a certificate. He needs to sleep off his hangover. Yeah. He didn't look good even in Las Vegas. You know, you're supposed to be, if you're going with celebrities, I think he would have shaved and like got, a little cleaned up, you know what I mean? But nope. I'd be curious to see what he says, how he act, right? Yeah, if anybody wants to call him, record it, I think it'd be hilarious. If I was his woman, I would kick him to the curb fast and you can slap a tick, right? Fast as you can slap a mosquito, yeah. Yeah, I agree, Tina. I wouldn't put up with that crap for a minute. He needs to sleep his hangover off. I'd be curious to see what he says and how he acts. Not raising a hand, but I'll give him my finger. There you go. Give him the one finger salute. Me too, Florida. He's busy ruining people's lives on. Oh, yeah, right, Tammy. Yeah, so, Friday through Wednesday, he's ruining other people's lives. By the way, did they send him and Mark Douche down to Idaho or Ohio? Wherever that family, the 13 family members or 16? Yeah. Did they get down there yet? Because I'm sure they need him to show how to care for the family, the nonverbals. He already speaks the nonverbal language, so yeah, I wonder if maybe they packed their bags and went straight from, Las Vegas out to the Ohio 16. Because they do need Eric. His advice would be, don't pay child support, don't spend time with your kid, move on to your parents' property and use your wife and get a fundraiser going. I think that's perfect. I think you summed it up perfectly. That is exactly what he would say. Step 1, don't pay child support. Step 2, don't spend any time with your kid. Step 3, move on to your parents' property. Step 4, use your wife for income. And step 5, get a fundraiser going. I think that's it. Susan, I can say something about that, but I'll remain silent on the subject for now. Okay, Grace, I'll be waiting. Let me see. I forgot what Susan said. I certainly hope people check Eric out before paying him for advice. Oh, I've missed some comments up here. I'm sorry. Red Frog. Yeah, in my opinion, he probably spends much of his day thinking up new. Yeah, I agree. New scams. Yep, I agree, Tina. Total scammer. So 7 hours a week is 700. Yeah, if somebody's up for an hour each, I wonder how many he gets. Yeah, yeah, and he does sleep in late. Remember, uh, Robert Mass and Mark Doge and whoever the mystery man visitor was waiting all morning for Eric to get his ass out of bed because I think he'd been drinking or something. But he slept really, really late. And when he got up, he said, "Why didn't you guys wake me up?" And they said, "Well, we looked like you really needed the sleep." That's what they said. Remember that on a live stream? It looked like you really needed the sleep, Eric. So they got a late start going to the Amish. Oh, the pretend Amish. Yeah. Yep. 7 hours, 700. He's an expert loser. Uh, Red Frog said, Eric can get your name from that credit card. Doxing yourself. Right. Yeah, for sure. For sure. Yeah. No, I ain't paying Red Frog. I'm not paying. He needs to pay me $100 if he wants to talk to me, okay? If we're going to talk, he needs to pay me the $100. Not the other way around. I certainly hope people check Eric out before paying him for advice. Not sure if he can get your name or not. Yeah, probably. I imagine. Yeah, I think so. You play with the credit card? I don't know. Probably. Pay in advance, and he may or may not show up. But it doesn't matter because he's already been paid. That's right. Yeah, who's to say he's going to show up? Yeah, that's funny about his advice. All right, that's what you're saying. Okay. Yeah, she put up Lady No Fly Zone. Eric needs some sessions with my friend HD Tutor. Let's see. Must be. Hey, Brooks and Gardens, welcome. Step 6, buy chips. Yes. Step 6, go to Walmart and get a dozen bags of chips and keep them in the back of the car. Give the baby mama one bag of chips on camera every day for a week, and then you get the kid. Must be exhausting ruining people's lives. By the look, he's aged 10 years and 10 months. I agree. He's not looking well. Looks stressed out. Or not healthy. I mean, just a year ago, he's drastically changed his appearance. Or I should say his appearance changed. Huh. My favorite part is Dwayne Motorboat Pat, right? Yeah, I have that. And look, you guys, so I went back and looked at the video with Dwayne. And if this microphone wasn't screwed up, I'd play it. But so I went on, and you guys, Dwayne did not take that part out where he's trashing Eric. There's 15 seconds missing. I don't know what he took out. But all the parts of him trashing Eric is still in there. I thought he took something out of the beginning, but maybe not. Because I taped the whole thing uninterrupted, and it was some reason his is 15 seconds shorter. But yeah, no, he's still he didn't change his mind. He did not. I was wrong. He did not take out the things about trash and Eric. So if you look at it now with fresh eyes, knowing that he's not happy with Eric, it's got a different meaning. I'll pass on that course and wait for the knee cream course. Yeah. So Eric will be opening up knee cream application courses, academy, and how to care for nonverbals academy. And yeah, you just have to pay like $50 or $100. And after you take the course, you'll get a certificate. There's no money back guarantees for anything, but you'll get a certificate emailed to you. and you can print it out, and also you will know how to put cream on somebody's knee, whether it be in either a tube form or in a tub form. He'll show different applications, different methods how to apply the cream to the knee, and and how to care for non-verbals. So it's worth the money. I'm not really sure what you can use that certificate for. But if you are trying to, maybe if you want to adopt some of those Ohio 16s, maybe you can go down and forcefully take one of those back to your house and film them for money. You frame the diploma, me too. I have it in the background where I did my videos, you know what I'm saying? Like other people have that plaque from 100,000 subscribers. I would frame my diploma, knee applications in the back, you know. Does he realize how stupid? No, he doesn't, TNT. He's clueless. And Susan has been a member for 1 month. Thank you, Susan. I didn't realize it's been a month already. Time flies when it's hotter than hell out and smoke's in the air. But thank you for being a member for a month, Susan. I think, gosh, I can't believe it's been a month already. Maybe Lorraine was trying to tell him to stop giving her chips. It's making her head hurt. Chips are running up the blood pressure. Yeah, chips are horrible. Not to mention all the processed seed oils and all that stuff in there. The cholesterol and the salt. She's got a bad heart already. Like, why don't you just give her a tub full of lard or something if it's a spoon? It's like he's trying to finish her off. I said that too. I said, God forbid Lorraine overdose on potato chips. You know, Eric will be able to adopt Timmy. Because remember, okay, so his stories keep changing. He doesn't want you to think that adopting Timmy was his idea. All right? He wants you to think that it was their idea, not his. And so I think he thinks it makes him look better or something if it was their idea, not his. But he kept saying that him and Patrick were going to adopt Timmy. We heard him on the ring cam, the hot mic. Yeah. I wonder if Dwayne would come up on panel. Oh, I would love that. I would love to have him on here. I think he's afraid of being charged or something because, believe me, I think when Eric was down, a few of his friends are going to go down with him. In my opinion, it would be like a conspiracy with him and his little buddies there. Because guess what? He's on 2 more trips, and guess who went on these trips? Mark. Yeah. The usual suspects. Mm-hmm. And I wonder how long they've been doing this, you know what I mean? Yeah, I wish he'd come up on panel too. Me too. I'd love to talk to Dwayne. You know what? Also, you know who else I'd like to have on here? I'd like to have Patrick come up here. Huh? I think Patrick should come up here. And listen, I would already... Okay, so if Patrick ever came on here, if Patrick came on here to do an interview, I could tape it so he didn't have to go live. But if he wanted to go live, I could send him all the questions ahead of time, and he could okay the questions, and I wouldn't throw any curveballs or do anything. But yeah, I think Patrick should come on here too. And as for Justin last night, I know some people are saying, "Oh, Justin, he's a liar and this and that." Listen, I gave him a platform. He wanted to speak. I let him speak. Right? You don't have to believe him. I never said I believed everything he ever said. In fact, I did one of my longest videos was on Justin. It's almost 2 hours long, and I did question a lot of things. And so, hey, he wanted to come up. He wanted to talk, and yeah, nothing wrong with letting him talk. So, yep. You know, whether you believe him or not, he wanted to have something to say. So yeah. Um, well, I don't know if it was a membership. It was. Hold on a second. Somebody sent a gift. Thank you for the gift. And who was that? It was. Thank you for whoever sent that gift. I appreciate that. My thing's not scrolling the best right now. Was it say it out loud? Yeah, she did it again. Thank you, Susan. You're awesome. Yep, time flies. This summer is going fast. I can't believe it's out. It is the middle of July. I really wish she'd come on panel. Me too. Oh, wait, who got the membership? Hold on a second. The jewels. Okay, TNT sent Sunday for 100 jewels. Thank you for the Sunday. The 100 jewels. Thank you very much, TNT. Me, Grace. I renewed. Oh, you renewed. Oh, well, thank you, Susan. So Susan renewed her membership. Has it really been a month? Was it June 15th? Wow. Thank you for renewing your membership, Susan. I cannot believe it's been a month already. Thank you, Susan. He wouldn't answer Susan about the 2 trips he made. Why not? Yeah, I don't know. Because one was to New York, and the other one was to Georgia or something. Remember a long time ago I said maybe he's planning on a Broadway play, in New York, off-Broadway play, the Whittakers, the musical. I don't know why. I'm glad you let Justin speak. Thank you always, Faith. Yeah, listen, he can speak. I mean, and yeah, he just had surgery. He's not feeling well, so I appreciate that he did come up here. I didn't want to get upset or nothing. He just, he's not feeling well. But yeah, he wanted to speak, so I gave him somewhere to speak. Susan, call Patrick. Yep, get Patrick on the horn. Well, I'm sure that Patrick did not come up with a bright idea to adopt Timmy. No, and listen, Patrick wouldn't need to adopt Timmy because Timmy lives across the street, like down their street a little bit. You know what I mean? And so Patrick has all the access he wants to Timmy. Patrick can wake up every day and do Timmy videos. He doesn't need to adopt him. But I do believe that Eric, I think, talked Patrick into saying, hey, if we adopt Timmy, we can cut out the Whittakers. That's just my thoughts. Yeah, I think he was very badly influenced by by Eric. And I guess if it wasn't for his charges, I mean, okay, so I get that he doesn't want to admit to anything because he's got charges pending, right? But oh, you little shit! Oh, you little shit! That dang cat comes flying and clawed into my side. Little kitten. Goodness. It's actually bleeding where it got me. Ouch. Man. Little monsters. Geez, that caught me off guard. Got me on my side. All right. Yeah, so I don't know. I don't know about the trips. What did he say? He can tell us later? I don't know. But yeah. Well, I'm sure Patrick did not come up with the bright idea to adopt Timmy yet. TNT sent the gift. Thank you, TNT. That was a Sunday. Did you see the Sunday? It was 100 points, I think. Always me too. Yeah, say it. I would imagine. Oops. Dang it. Um, say it. I would imagine that he's watching. Yes, Patrick. So that is an invitation for Patrick to come up. Um, but I think he'd probably. Um, I think he'd probably want to know the questions first, and I'd be totally good with that. And I'd probably want a time to write out some questions, and he can approve them. Not, that's what the big celebrities did, right? The big celebrities always want to see the the um the questions before they do the interview, and they approve them or not approve them. So he can approve them or not approve them. Uh, yeah. TNT says, Patrick, please come up. Yeah. So anyway, so just so he doesn't know, I'm not throwing any curveballs, questions, or anything to make him look bad. I'd show him the questions ahead of time, email him or whatever. And Patrick might come on if you ask him. Yeah, he should come on. Patrick Callcat. Yep, call me, Patrick. Drop the link and see if he comes on with us. Yeah, if I drop the link, then people will grab the link, and I don't want that. Like I said, I think besides that, yeah, I think I'd have to probably think of my questions first. I wouldn't be prepared if he came tonight, and he wouldn't be. Yeah, is the duck pond built by Patrick his ducks? I think they are. Or actually, I think it's a creek or something. I'm not sure. Yeah, but he had the ducks last year too. Remember, different ducks that Timmy saw 'em. That was a great question, Susan. Asked Justin about the trips. Yeah, yep, yep. I remember that because I said maybe he's doing a Broadway play. Whittaker is the musical. Somebody might. I mean, that video of Patrick today looked relaxing. Yeah, but he said, I do have flying monkey cats. The thing came out of nowhere and clawed me like fish hooks in the side. And for some reason, it really hurts when kittens grab you on the side, like above my hip. Freaking hurt, man. I got stabbed a dozen fish hooks all at once. Yeah. So the video of Patrick said something about turning his back on somebody. So is that it? He said something about sometimes you have to turn your back on somebody. But it did look really nice. His little lawn chair in the creek there, wherever he is. I saw moose in the creek too. Yes, horrible flying monkey cats. I think they're spider monkey cats, a new breed, very dangerous. Eric can apply first aid. Yes, maybe Eric I can take a course on how to patch up these puncture wounds in my side. But I'd have to probably take the knee cream course too. Let's see. Kathy Kitten wants to know why you yelled at me. I don't know. Yeah, they probably have no clue. I had to spray one with a sink faucet today with the sprayer because okay, so I have the stray kitten, right? There's a couple stray kittens, and the mom's still around. But last night, one of the stray kittens somehow got inside here when I was feeding him. One of the stray kittens got inside and blended in with the pack of other kittens, right? So I didn't notice. And I went to bed. And when I woke up this morning, this strange kitten that's not one of ours was in my house. And I'm thinking, wait a minute. I'm thinking, where'd you come from? And you're in the house all night? And now the kitten wants me to pet it, and it won't stop being around me. It follows me everywhere. And it was scared to death of me up till now. Now it stayed overnight, and it's my best friend. And that might have been the one that just poked me. I have 2 kittens left of my 5, but only 8, 9 weeks old. Wait until Monday to post them. Yeah. That, Hold on a second. My thing dimmed out. I thought I was losing power. Yeah, that's a good age to get them. They're still cute at that age. He answers messages on Facebook, does he? Unfortunately, I think Patrick was influenced by Eric. I think so too. You know, Eric's got that way to intimidate people and also tell them what they want to hear, right? Cats and their murder men. I know. They need to control them. But why would his questions have to be approved? What is he avoiding? Well, I don't know. Maybe he thinks if I ask him something, it might hurt his case. You know what I mean? And I don't want to do that. I don't want to do anything that compromises his, a fair trial, or whatever he's doing. I don't want to compromise anything in his case. So that's why I would maybe let him know I'm not going to ask anything crazy that's going to get him in trouble. Because I don't know if his lawyer talked to him about what he can and can't say. I don't know. I think somebody asked him one time if his lawyer said he can't talk about anything. And I think he said no. But I think common sense says you don't want to do anything that's going to look bad in court. I don't know. But yeah, I think that would be fun. West Virginia court system sure is slow. Yeah, all courts are slow, but yeah. What I found interesting last night was, excuse me, we heard that Patrick was charged but not indicted, right? And especially in a state case, they can do it either way. They can charge you and then indict you, or they can indict you and then charge you. And I don't know how that works. I never heard of it until this case. You know what I mean? I heard of indictments, but I thought those were like really big cases, and maybe this is a big case. I don't know. I don't know how it works, but I asked Justin last night, do you think Patrick has been indicted? Because I heard he was charged but not indicted. And the next grand jury indictment is in September, so I was just wondering what he thought. And Justin said, yes, he was indicted, around the time he got arrested or something. So I don't know. I suppose we could ask Patrick. He'd probably know that. Yeah, I don't know. Couldn't tell you. And imagine how much slower it was during the pandemic. Yeah, that did. The pandemic really set the court cases back a long time. They're probably just getting caught up now, 6 years later. You know what I mean? But yeah, so that did happen. Remember, they let a lot of people out of jail because of the pandemic. What a weird time. What a weird thing. I hope that never happens again. The whole pandemic thing. I have mail. I checked earlier when you said I had mail, and I didn't see it. Are you emailing the crazy neighbor email? Hold on a second. I gotta plug my phone in here for. Gotcha, Kathy. I was just wondering. Yeah, Mad Hatter. I did look, and I didn't see anything, but I might have missed it. But yeah, people make sure to use my crazy neighbor email. I don't even check the other one, so. Oh. Oh, okay. Okay. I got something from Susan, but not anybody else. I don't see. Anyway, let's see. Hey, Mad Hatter, welcome. Just Google West Virginia laws. If you are not incarcerated, out on bail, or received a summons, there's no specific fixed statutory deadline requiring the prosecutor to present charges to a grand jury. So it could be months or years. Is that what that means? If you're out on bail, which he is, there's no specific. Yeah, I mean that they could take a few months. They could take a few years. That's what that investigating thing said. Grace put up Mad Hatter's channel. Not sure about indictment. Patrick said he wasn't. I'm not sure how Justin would know, but maybe he's right. Yeah, I don't know how Justin would know either. But yeah, I'm curious. But yeah, I think because of 11 charges, I think they're probably, I agree with Justin, there'll probably be some of them dropped, you know what I mean? I think they kind of overcharge sometimes at the beginning and then drop some of them for plea deals and stuff. Oh, yeah. Yeah, I don't know. Somebody asked how do you know this stuff? And he said he's done this for 30 something years, so I'm not really sure what that means. I don't know. Now, do we know that? Yeah, just the same as the adult protection APS. I think he said he talked to them, but I don't know how he talked to them because adult protection is, they weren't letting anybody talk to anybody, so I don't know. I guess let them talk and you can decide what is true and what's not. I don't know. But I know they're being tight-lipped about the Whittakers down there. And I think it's funny when people keep asking Eric, how's the Whittakers doing? Believe me, the last person on this planet that is going to know how the Whittakers are doing. And they're going to make sure that we'll know how they're doing before Eric does. Yeah. Yeah. So, let's see if I grab my channel again. Huh. All right. So I'm going to try to pull up your comments on my phone again. All right. That video of Kathy's license plate says it all. Really? Why? What did my plate say? What is the difference between charges and indictments? Yeah, I don't know. I don't know. I thought when a person gets a felony, you go to jail and then you go to court, but I don't know how the indictments work. I don't. I thought that was like in FBI cases, you know what I mean? Because I think the grand jury hands down the indictments after they look at evidence or something. But I thought that was like in murder cases and I don't know, FBI stuff. So yeah, I don't know how that works. Mad, I subbed up. Yeah, Grace put Mad Hatter's link in there if anybody wants to check out the channel. How the heck would Eric know? Eric doesn't know anything. Eric's peeking out, I believe that Eric's probably peeking out of shades all the time. waiting for the long arm of the law to catch up. But it's funny how he cries about not having money one minute, and the next minute he's spending $3,500 to meet Kelsey Grammer. I mean, in Vegas. A charge is a formal accusation filed directly by a prosecutor, while indictment is a formal accusation issued by a grand jury of citizens. Yes. I still don't know what the difference is. Thanks, lady. I appreciate that. Well, you're welcome, Mad Hatter. Thanks for being here. Yeah, so anyway, yeah, I wouldn't want to be in his shoes. But if you want to talk to Eric, it'll cost $100 for an hour. Make sure to hop on that opportunity. Strike while the iron's hot. Kittens are getting a little rough wrestling with each other. If you like Lady Plane, check out Mad Hatter. Lady Plane, gotcha. I do know that the indictment can either add or remove charges. Yeah, I think, yeah. Yeah, because something like go through the evidence a little further and decide which ones stay and which ones go. Right, Kathy. Now Eric is the one peeking out the shades. That BJ. Yeah, you're right. I'm picturing some tweaky fingers looking out some shades down there in Waverly, Georgia, on the compound. Yep. Yeah, now he's peeking out the shades. That's a good one, Ollie's. Because you can be charged, put in jail, but if not indictment, they have to let you go without any more court. Really? Well, does he get his bail money back? His lawyer money? I bet not. But they should return your bail money if you don't get charged. If they just let you go. Like they could do that to everybody and just get rich, you know what I mean? It seems like a scam. But yeah. Interesting. Yeah, thank you, Florida. Yeah. But at least Patrick knows what he's facing at the most. You know what I mean? Eric doesn't know. And that's why I'd probably rather be in Patrick's shoes knowing what you're going to face and in Eric's shoes knowing the hammer's coming down. Could be tomorrow, could be next week, next month, next year. But, you know, just like those people with the cold cases, and they do DNA or something, and people show up to arrest an old man that did a crime back in the 70s, you know what I mean? I'm thinking, man, that guy's been looking over his shoulder for decades. They finally catch up. Probably just when they started thinking they were safe, you know? Unfortunately, no, because you out yourself in that position, yeah. Oh, you put yourself in that position, yeah. I have a feeling Eric was involved in 11 charges. He said he was. Might be dropped or lessened. That Eric was involved in 11 charges. He said he was. Yes, Eric. Now remember, Eric was showing up at court, right? Down in Beckley. And supposedly Patrick was involved in those hearings, in those courts. And yeah, put yourself in that position. Eric needs to be charged, yeah. I think a lot of people will be happy. And all those people who said, well, Patrick's the one charged, not Eric. Well, in something that big like that, I would rather be the little fish that gets arrested first than the big fish. Because remember that report, those articles that I showed you on Google, they said that they always go for the little fish first. Mm-hmm. And they use the little fish that gets arrested first for different things. To get evidence on the first one, to try out their case, see if how it's going. And and then they can always lessen the charges on the little fish to get the big fish. So yeah, um, yeah, I wouldn't want to be in Eric's shoes, that's for sure. I don't care how much money he got, especially if he's got a habit of spending tens of thousands of dollars, even 100,000 a year with nothing to show for it. You know, that money, that dirty money, and it's dirty, it's blood money, basically. It's um it's dirty money, and it's probably gone already. Yeah, I wouldn't want to be him. Oh, Kathy, I looked up the Closer TV show today. Season 5, episode 5, Brenda Lee Johnson told his suspect she wasn't going to charge him. He talks to her. Then her boyfriend Fritz of the FBI came in and charged the suspect. And then they could say, hey, I said I wasn't going to charge you. I didn't say my partner wasn't going to charge you. And that's how it goes. I've watched a couple interrogations today. They brought somebody in, and man, they got a way to do it too. If people just don't shut up and demand a lawyer. Oh my gosh, this guy that tried to burn down a building because he didn't like some law that was passed. I can't remember what the reason was, but the police said, everything the police said upped his charges. Like they'd ask, well, didn't you think people might die in the fire? Well, yeah. All right, there he goes. Now he's reckless endangerment or whatever. Every question like upped his charges when he admitted to it. So yeah, Eric has done a lot of talking, and that's what they always do. They think they can talk their way out of something, and it just really buries them every time. Yeah. Well, remember, we were told by one content creator that Patrick wouldn't spend a single day in jail. That it's just a felony charge and it will get dropped. Yeah, well, he's already been in jail. He was in jail a week before he got bailed out. The first person to cooperate usually gets the most favorable deal, such as drop charges. Yeah. And if Eric was lying to cover his ass, that's not really cooperating. You know what I mean? That's not even really cooperating if he told a bunch of lies. I really don't know what to think at this point. Yeah, right, Susan? Yeah. Yeah. But yeah, looking at the video with him and Mark talking about how West Virginia did them wrong. If you look at that video, it's very obvious that Eric is still in a lot of trouble, and maybe even Mark is in trouble, and maybe Robert Mast is in trouble. And who knows who else? Maybe Dwayne. But I know Dwayne pedaled away from him fast as he could. Yeah. It hurt Patrick when he said, I'll give them the money when I want to. Yeah, you're right. That was the worst thing he could have done, because, yeah, he said that a lot of times. And the public was outcrying to do it. And, yeah, it hurt him, with public opinion, but it also, I think that's what probably got the handcuffs put on him. It's absolutely not right for the Whittakers to not be paid or receive their donations. Yeah, I agree, Susan. Yeah, and had they gotten paid, who knows, maybe they could have gotten an attorney, maybe they could have, I don't know, gotten a place real quick and fixed it up and find out what else they need to do. And if they had the backing from, like if Eric and Patrick would have said, oh my goodness, they just got taken. But you see, I believe that was Eric's plan the whole time. And somebody said something, and I remember it. Do you guys remember when Eric said, They said, "Hey, Eric, did you see the video of Timmy being taken away by the adult protections?" And I think he said, "Yeah," or something like that, or he saw it once or something. And then Eric said something like, "Oh, good night, Brooks." All right, well, thanks for coming in, Brooks. I'm not going to be on here real long. I'm going to try to go to 2 hours, which is coming up. But Eric said something like, "I wish I would have had a video of the other two being taken." Like, okay, why do you want to see the other two taken? He saw what they were like down in the emergency room. And I can only imagine they probably had to sedate them, put sedatives into them just to calm them down. They're probably combative, you know what I mean? I imagine them being combative. Even Larry said that when Larry told me when he gets really upset, he can lash out, you know what I mean? He can tear the place up. And so I can imagine they probably all had to be sedated, but yeah. Good night, Brooks. Thanks for coming in. Makes me wonder if they never planned on giving them any money, even with that contract. Yeah. Yeah. On July 21st, when they didn't give them the first paycheck and they got away with it, then I think it was just, that was the plan. I mean, but yeah, Eric said he wished he would have had a video of Ray and Lorraine being taken. Yeah. I just found charges against Patrick 2016 saying Patrick John fired shots at first responders after automobile accident. This is the first time I heard about this. Well, actually, Tina, it wasn't him, it was his wife. So yeah, so they were in like a car accident or something, and it was his wife. It was his wife that fired the shots at the ambulance or whatever. It wasn't Patrick, and I don't even know if Patrick got charged with any of that. Yeah. Yeah. Um, yeah, I didn't even think Patrick got any charges out of that. Maybe something small, but yeah, it was the wife that did it, not him. Or girlfriend or wife or whatever. Yeah. Yeah, that's when you Google him, that's the mugshot where he looks really young. It was 10 years ago, but Patrick looks really young in that mugshot. Apparently a woman with him fired the shot. Yeah, it was. It was a woman that was with him. And I think that was his ex-wife or something. Maybe girlfriend or something. Yeah, she's the one that got in trouble. I'm not sure what happened there, but anyway, it was a crazy story, but yeah. Yeah, it was her. So, yeah, and it was, 2016 was 10 years ago already. So, yeah, I don't think he's got anything on his record for that. Maybe he got charged something small, I can't remember. If anything. Yeah. Yep. But yeah, I don't think he ever planned on giving the money. So, yep. What did it say? So yeah, I think the Whittakers unfortunately were easy targets to do that to. But you know, you would think they would have gave him something. Give him a couple thousand, right? Because listen, a couple thousand, they probably wouldn't have squawked, right? But if you give them absolutely nothing but a bag of potato chips for, $1.80 or whatever. Patrick certainly has never been a pocket holder in prison. Right, Susan? Yeah, yeah. Can't walk the yard without holding somebody's pocket, right? Yeah. Yep. Yeah. Uh, And I don't think Patrick's ever been to prison. He's been to jail for like 6 months, but I don't think he's been in prison. I think prison's a whole nother story. I don't know if I ever personally knew anybody in prison, but I've seen a lot of shows. Yeah, I don't know. Yep. So, and I guess different prisons in different parts of the country are different. No prison, yeah, I didn't think so. Yeah, I think the longest he was in jail was like 6 months. That was the last one. A pocket holder. Well, basically, you have to ride on somebody else's coattails. You know what I mean? You have to. If I got it right, because I watch a certain channel. The guy's been in prison a lot, and he talks about being a pocket holder and walking the yard. So I don't know. Maybe Susan can explain what a pocket holder or Grace. I think it's you have to cling on to somebody who's stronger than you, right? Like maybe be somebody's bitch. I don't know. I don't know what's going on there. Not sure. Meaning another inmate controls you. That's what I thought. Yeah. I think they call it being somebody's bitch or something. Just stay out of the jails, kids. You won't have to know. Tina, a pussycat that gives up his body for protection. Yeah, that's what I thought. A pussycat that gives up his booty for protection. Yeah, that's what I thought. That's what I thought they were alluding to when they were talking about it. And you can't walk the yard without holding somebody's pocket or something. Yeah. Yep. Because the weak ones need protection, so they have to give up something, right? Either their rear end or some money or ramen noodles or something. I don't know. Yeah. So, yep. One of many, many reasons why you should try not to ever go to jail or prison. Mad Hatter has a video of it? Really? Huh. Grace put up the link to Mad Hatter's channel. I'm going to check it out. I can't go back to the link, but yeah, check out Mad Hatter's channel. I'm going to check it out. I'm going to check it out. Here. Oh. There it is. Yeah. And anybody else, if you have a channel, you can let us know and we'll put up the link for you. What is that? Is that the link right there? All right. Yeah. Anything else you guys want to talk about? I could wrap it up. Let's see. Yeah, ass, cash, or grass. Nobody rides for free. Remember them bumper stickers for hitchhikers? Ass, grass, or cash. Nobody rides for free. Holding the pocket of a dominant inmate. Lots of things with that. Yeah. See Google for details. Well, I was looking to see if Patrick had been charged and indicted in the Whittaker case, but so far only charged. And that's when I saw this story about his wife shooting at first responder. Yeah. I have specifically looked to see if Patrick was indicted, and it's nothing, not a single word about being indicted. It does say charged, but you're right. If you specifically look for indicted, it's not there. So maybe it wasn't. I don't know. Our channel, I think everyone already has subscribed. Grace, could you put up Susan's channel, a link to her channel, in case anybody hasn't subscribed? Because Susan had a channel taken down, and she started a new one. Susan Said So got taken down, and so her new channel is Susan Says So Much. So maybe some people weren't subscribed to your new channel. I think that was a few months back. So if you haven't subscribed to your new channel, maybe Grace could put the link up. But Yeah, because if you're subscribed to her old channel, it was taken. Just gonna say hi to dear Jane on the off chance she may be listening in the shadows. Hope you're feeling better, Jane. Yes, we sure hope so. I think I follow Susan somewhere. Yeah, some people might have only been subscribed to her old channel. Hey, Jane, there you go. Thank you, Grace. So Grace just put up the link to Susan's new channel. Sub to you, Susan. Susan says hey to Jane. Yeah, a shout out to Jane. Yeah, she told me a really cool story last night on the phone, but I'll let her tell you if she wants to. I spent some time in the slammer. Did you? In the jail or in a prison? You don't have to answer if you don't want. But yeah, there's yeah, I don't know if I've known anybody that went to. Well, yeah, actually, like in the 90s, I brought somebody whose husband was in prison, and I brought her and the kids to go see her husband. And it was when they were still like behind glass on a telephone, and so he could like see through the glass to the kids and stuff. But now, I think it's all by telephone, like on a video screen or something. But when I brought a friend of mine to see her husband, it was behind glass. They still had it like on a telephone. So that was the last time because I did go to visit somebody that was in jail one time, and it was like in a tiny room. You had to go to a telephone, and some telephone you're at, and you pick it up, and you can talk to somebody on a screen. Yeah. So, and yeah, just subscribe to me too. Say it, just jail. Yeah, and I love a comeback story, man. Yeah, everyone does deserve a second chance. So if you've been to prison or jail, you do deserve a second chance. Everybody does. And I love a good comeback story. I love when people come crawling back, been down the lowest of the low, and they come back and, have a good life. You know what I mean? My son spent 10 years in prison. Really? That's a long time. Yeah. So, yeah, I know that, well, different prisons are different, but yeah, it's like it used to be like expensive. They would call you collect and you'd have to accept or whatever. But now I think they got like cards that they put money on or something. I don't know. But yeah, and don't forget about the people in prison. Even the Bible says that you should not, don't neglect the people in prison because they need you, they need you. But yeah, even the Bible says don't forget about those in prison. But yeah, I've watched those videos of like people that have been in prison for a long time, their first day out, when they get out and people are waiting for them, they get to do anything they want. Well, mostly, they go get something to eat and see their family, and it's anyway, looks exciting. So I'm always rooting for the underdog, and yeah, I believe you can come out of prison and do better than ever. And I love hearing them comeback stories. I went and had lunch with him every other weekend. Definitely experienced. Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, because I think some prisons you can like still see the people. Maybe some you have to have video calls or something. Some prisons have conjugal visits. I saw a video on that. I can't say it was the best place ever, but it's been several years ago, and I've grown. It was crazy as hell before. You were crazy, so, and that's good because you know what? You've grown from it. That's the experience that you went through, and you learned from it. And the most important thing is to learn and grow, and that's what we're here for. We're here to learn and grow our soul and our spirit. My dad and my brother both spent time in prison. Everyone deserves second chance. Yeah. Now I think about it, when I was a little kid, my uncle went to prison. My parents never trusted him, but yeah, he went to prison. He was went to for stealing something. I can't remember what it was. So yeah, that's really hard. Lessons learned. I say it. Yeah. Yep. And listen, if you come out of prison, probably every day is a blessing. Like, you can imagine how much people out of prison appreciate things more than everybody else. Like, you appreciate you get to go up, wake up when you want, go to bed when you want, and go where you want. You can eat what you want, when you want, shower when you want. That must be amazing, just amazing to get out of prison. So yeah, I'm always rooting for people. That's what we're here for. And the lessons are always hard. They're You don't learn lessons when I walk in the park. You know what I mean? You learn lessons in your worst days. You know what I mean? It's when you grow the most, the richest lessons. Yes, they do. People change. That's right. Well, some people do, some don't. But yeah, some people are completely different. Who isn't different from when you're a teenager or in your 20s or 30s? You know what I mean? I'm not even the same person I was in my 40s or even 50s. You know what I mean? You know, yeah, the best lessons are the hardest hitting ones. That's right. The more it hurts, the better. The richer the lesson is. And sometimes those lessons teach a handful of other people too. That's right. People around you can learn from you. Right, Grace? It affects the entire family. Yeah, yeah. And sometimes it's like, if people have addiction problems, sometimes the jail is the best thing for them. I heard that prisons still have that stuff in there, but I don't know. Some people, it's what it takes to turn their life around. It's a wake up call for some people, and they never go back. Yeah. My son has been out 7, 8 years and is doing great. Is doing great. Got a job, new car within a month out. He has a great support system with their family. Makes a difference with inmates coming out. Nice, Florida. See, he took that experience and grew from it. You know what I mean? Came out a better person. And that's, the best you can hope for. Come out a better person. Some people come out with just more friends to do bad things with. You know what I mean? Or they come out with learning, how to be a bad person. What the hell? Sorry, my phone just, my phone keeps going out. I don't know why. Plug it in again. I'm happy for your son, Florida. Good for him. And helping other people coming out too. Because it's probably a shock to be in there for years like that and then come out. You know how quickly everything changes. Support is important. It gets difficult when it's a revolving door. Yeah. 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 Oh, no, 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 no. Anyway, I'm glad for your son, Florida. Um, yeah, these stories have huge impact and they're valuable for sharing with others, right? Not only did my son spend 10 years, but I spent time out here. But I spent time too out here. It was horrible for myself too. Yeah. Yep. And it's great when people say, I'm never going back. I'm never going back. You know what I mean? And I think it makes you probably a much stronger person too. My son never had drug charges, but other stupid stuff with the ex-girlfriend. Yeah. Yeah, that'll do it too. But yes, you did. Yeah. Wow. As a non-violent criminal, I never heard anyone. Yeah. Yeah, that's good. Yeah, and there's different reasons why people go in physically. Yeah, no, I hear you. because yeah, some people are in there for killing somebody, and even murders can even can even be rehabilitated, I believe. Yeah. Now they didn't believe the guy up in northern Minnesota was going to be rehabilitated. The RSO, he got killed with a moose antler. Anyway, he he violated probation, and the judge hammered him. Yeah. After he got out, right? Yeah, because once they get out, they gotta. I was a very violent. You are. Well, there you go. And well, I imagine that you learn a lesson to. If you want to be out, you gotta probably kick it down a couple notches. But anyway, Susan, I'm sure you're a much better person for you know what I mean for. I think people that go through that it's got to be really life changing. For sure, as a mom, you probably tried to place blame on yourself too. My mom did when my brother was in prison. He was an alcoholic at 15. Wish I could say more, but yeah, right. I agree, Florida. I wouldn't say too much either. Nobody's worth going to jail for. That's right, Susan. Yep. And if people would just chill out for a day or two before they act on something, there'd probably be a lot less people in there. But yeah, things can get heated, right? Things can get heated, and things can get out of hand real quick. But anyway, I'm always happy for people who get out and change their lives. Yep. No, he violated probation and they sent him 10 years. He's been great since he's been out. Learned a lesson. Wow, he got 10 years after he violated. Wow. Wow. Threw the book at him, huh? You see, I think some people, because I watched that channel, it's called 23 and 1. I don't know if you guys watch it, 23 and 1. It's called Lockdown 23 and 1. It's a guy that used to be in prison, and he goes over videos of people like getting sentenced, crimes and stuff like that. But he shows those videos all the time. People going before the judge on a probation violation. Some people think they're just going to get a slap on the wrist, and they end up going to prison. I mean, so yeah. You watch so many of those shows? Yeah. Lockdown 23 and 1, that's one of my favorites. I like that guy. He lives in, I think he lives near Washington, D.C. Yeah. Amazing race. Yeah. Yeah. So yeah, and I hope people that get out of prison get, a chance. People give them a chance. Because maybe some people might have a hard time renting someplace or getting housing or getting a job. But hopefully the prisons help people with that, because that sucks to have people hold that over your head the rest of your life, My son said he saw people leave prison and come right back in, right? Yeah. You think, and they're happy, right? Sometimes they're happy. All their buddies are there. All their friends are still in. They, yeah, do something to come back. Some people don't learn the lesson. That's just, not headed. Yeah, it came out better. I was lucky. I took advantage of all programs they had for me. It took up my time and healed me. That's good, say it out loud. And some people do. They make the best out of it. And yeah, they do have programs too. That's right. People that don't have an education, they'll get you a GED. They'll have you work on that. Some people can learn a trade. It wasn't like on TV where I was, yeah. I would cry every time I saw him walking to come eat lunch. Oh, that's sad, Florida. Must be really great to have him out and just be able to hug him and have lunch anytime you want. Huh? Yeah, that's the lessons for everybody, huh? The whole family. Yeah. Yep. Yeah, that's a lot of that. See a lot of that now. Huh. I also watch those execution channels, and I'm telling you, Florida has been executing people, and Texas has been executing people like crazy. They're scratching up all their death row patients like crazy. So yeah, those are interesting too. Some did a crime back in the 70s and 80s. It's been 30, 40 years, and sometimes 50 years that they did the crime. They're just now being put to death. Mm-hmm. Tina says, "Oh, Florida, I bet you did. That would have been me too." We would sit and laugh during lunch with his funny stories in there. Yeah, I bet there's probably some good stories, huh? That, yeah, I guess there's violence in there too. That's what my brother did when he got sober. He took full advantage of every class they offered. Yeah, yeah, they do have classes and programs, huh? Okay, I need to get off and get some sleep. See y'all next. Okay, Susan, thanks for coming in, and we appreciate the memberships that you gave and renewed of your own. So thank you, Susan. Kathy, Krista, like his next woman. Krista, yeah, yeah. Oh, oh wait, Krista Pike? You talking about Krista Pike? Yeah, yeah, yeah. So she's in Tennessee, and she's going to be the first woman executed in like 100 years or something. I don't even know. Yeah, Krista Pike. She is evil. Yeah, she's in Tennessee, in Knoxville. That's where the murder was, in Knoxville. Yeah, they're going to execute her this month, I think, or next month. But yeah, yep. See you later. Thanks for coming in, Susan. TNT says bye too. Yeah, Krista Pike. So yeah, it's within the next 30 days, I think. She's evil. So she killed that girl. They were in the Job Corps, and Krista Pike had a boyfriend, and he was a Satanist. And anyway, she thought this girl was after her boyfriend, but she wasn't. Anyway, they just wanted an excuse to go do something bad, so they took her out to the woods, told her that they wanted to be friends and smoke a joint. So they go out to the woods and they end up killing her. That Krista Pike had a piece of her skull in her pocket, in her coat pocket, showing people, proud of what she did. Killed that girl and left her there. Beautiful girl, too young. Had her whole life ahead of her. And anyway, so she gets sentenced to death. And this was a long time ago. She was young. In fact, she was the youngest person ever sentenced to death, I think, in Tennessee. And then when she was not that, I don't know, so a while back, she got in a fight in prison. She took a shoelace and tried to choke some girl and almost choked the girl to death, but the guards stopped her. She almost took another life. And they said, the whole prison says she's manipulative. She tries to manipulate everyone. She even tried to escape. She had to escape. She tried to escape the prison too. So she's dangerous and evil, and yeah, she's gonna meet old Sparky. Actually, no, what is Tennessee got? Lethal injection? I don't know, whatever it is. She's got her date. She's the only woman, yeah, she is. She's the only one on Tennessee death row, and the first woman executed in decades. Yes, she's mean. She's a mean son of a bitch. But yeah, she hasn't changed at all. You know, it's kind of sad when the person's really changed and they're a good person and stuff, but she hasn't. She tried to off some woman with her shoestring, you know what I mean? And her shoelaces. So yeah, yeah, she did that to that girl, and didn't they? She was proud of it, you know what I mean? Yeah. So yeah, goodbye to her. 1995. Yeah, that was 30 years ago. Yeah, it was 30 years ago. I thought it was 96, or maybe it was 96. Oh, in September. Oh, in September she's getting executed. Oh, okay. Yeah. Florida says bye to Susan. Yeah, Krista Pike. Yeah, I remember that story. And yeah. Anyway, that would be weird knowing that you're going to the death chamber. Yeah, the last time tennis was in 1820. Wow. Thank you. Yeah. So it's been 146 years. Oh, no. I'm sorry. It's been 106 years. Yeah, 106 years, right? Yeah. Classmate Colleen Slemmer. Oh, yeah. Yeah, so I don't know if they got lethal injection, how they're going to off her, but yeah. Yep. Imagine that, 30 years on death row. And then she tried to kill somebody else, so and escape. Yeah. So anyway. Yep, she's got a date with the executioner. Yeah, I don't know how people can do that stuff. I don't feel sorry for her. Some of them I kind of a little bit feel sorry for, but most of them I don't. Especially if they're not even sorry. Yeah, true. All right, guys. Well, I should probably wrap it up. 2.5 hours, I think, is a good time. Well, 30 years a lifetime for many people. That's right. Well, that girl that she killed was only 16 or 17. She wasn't even 18. That girl that died was just a teenager. She didn't get to live. She, what's her name? Christina Pike got to live 30 years longer than the person she offed. Hey, T, bro. Hope all is well. Good to see you tonight, T, bro. Hope you and your wife are doing well. Welcome. Yeah, I made it through without falling asleep. Yes, you officially made it through. Even though it is late, it's 20 to 1 here. I think it's 20 to 2. I think it's 1:40 where you're at, even later. You too, Alicia. Good night to you too. See, I'm going to say good night to everybody. I want to thank people for coming in. Thank you for being here. Thanks for commenting. Thanks for, if you're watching the bushes, I want to wave hi to you and say thanks for watching the bushes. I too watch from the bushes in almost every live stream I watch. You know, I watch a lot of theology and religious studies and stuff, and I don't even talk in those chats, you know what I mean? But yeah, so anyway, thank you everybody for coming in. Thank you moderators for moderating. And thank you everybody, and thank you Susan for the membership, and thank you everybody. Thanks for watching on the replay. Thanks for watching on the replay. And if you gave me a thumbs up, thanks for the thumbs up. You just woke up? All right, T, bro. Well, I'm going to try to make it an earlier one of these nights. I'm going to be on here one of these nights just testing my microphone. So if you see something that says test, that's just me testing my microphone. Did you say a documentary on Krista somewhere? I would like to watch if you remember. I just watched, you could look it up. You could look up Krista Pike. There's a lot of them on YouTube. I've watched many over the years, mostly on YouTube. But I looked at Death Row and Executions. There's a channel called Death Row and Executions. He did a follow-up on her today. I think today he posted a video. Actually, a lot of people are posting about Krista. Yeah, terrible story. And you won't feel sorry for her after you watch the video. Okay, if anybody's feeling sorry for her, watch a video on what she did and you won't feel bad anymore. So good night to Tina, Tammy, Grace, Miss January, everybody, T-Brew, Florida, all you guys. I don't know how far this goes back. Susan, everybody. That's how far it goes back. And everybody that was in here, I want to thank you guys. And anyway, have a great rest of the evening. And stay out of the smoke. At least the smoke from the Canada wildfires and everybody else. So anyway, thanks for coming in. Love you guys, each and every one of you, and peace.